Bang bang MMA gang. Now, UFC 309. The card is high. The card is extremely top heavy. Now, are there some banger fights in this? Yes. I'm going to go through the whole card. For the prelims, I'm going to give my picks. And for the main card, I'm going to give my full predictions and breakdowns. And y'all know what it is. And that is that. Starting off, we have Veronica Hardy versus Eduarda Mora. To start off the card, we got some bullshit fight that is going to end in a boring-ass decision. I'm going with Veronica Hardy. Moving on, we have Basil Hafez versus Oban Ilya. Now, this is going to be a banger. I'm telling you, it's going to be a banger. It might end in a split, some weird split or something. I really like this fight. I'm going with Basil Hafez. I like Oban Ilya. He just doesn't have the experience for me. I'm going Basil Hafez decision. Moving on, we have Rames Brahimic versus Mickey Gall. Now, we've seen Mickey Gall's recent fights with Basil Hafez. Like, he is a fucking dog. I like Mickey Gall's experience. He's another one. I like his experience. I'm going with my pick, Mickey fucking Gall by decision. We're starting with 3 fucking decisions. Moving on, we have Denise versus Tybura. This is another close one. I really like Marcin Tybura, bro. I don't know what it is. Like, he has okay submissions. He has okay striking. I'm going Marcin Tybura. And I actually think he gets a rear naked choke. The same way he got it versus, I think it was Taito Ivasa. Was it an arm triangle or rear naked choke? I forgot what sub it was. But I'm going Marcin Tybura. Moving on, we have Lucas Almeida versus David Onama. Let's not even overthink it. David Onama. Moving on, we have Jim Miller versus Damon Jackson. Now, I think Jim Miller brutally knocks out Damon Jackson. I'm talking brutally, bro. Damon Jackson is an older guy. They're both old. They're both got a lot of fights. I'm going with Jim Miller. Better fights, better experience. He is coming off, man, that fight with Bobby Green was, man, he had Bobby Green hurt in that first round. Everything after that was one-sided, getting absolutely plummeted. But I think he gets the knockout. I'm going Jim Miller by KO. Moving on, Eric Anders versus Chris Weidman. Now, my heart is telling me something, and so is my mind. We're going with Chris Weidman decision, unanimous decision. Moving on, we have Court McGee. It's like, it's not Court McGee. Marcus McGee. What the fuck? I'm thinking of Court McGee for. Marcus McGee versus Jonathan Martinez. I'm going Marcus McGee. Now, we just seen what Marcus McGee's fake Ilia Topuria, his last opponent. We just seen what he just did this past weekend. I'm telling you, Marcus McGee, don't let the whole little skater, the little corny cornball guy get to your head. He is that guy, extremely explosive. And we all know Jonathan Martinez has the quit button. We've seen him constantly get hurt. Does he have great calf kicks? Yes. Can he, in the first round, exterminate Marcus McGee's whole leg and then make this a real fight to where he can get the finish? Maybe. But I'm going Marcus McGee by KO. Moving on to the main card of the evening. One of my favorite fighters in the company, Mauricio Ruffy. Fighting nerds! Mauricio Ruffy versus James Lontop. Don't even overthink it. Let's not even do it. We're going Mauricio Ruffy by brutal KO. Now, we see what he did with Jamie Mullarkey. Mauricio Ruffy is a guy to which he likes what we call to cook up. He's not like a Carlos Prates where we're going straight for the finish. Mauricio Ruffy will play the cage, he'll play the distance game for like a minute, feel you out, pause, trying to see his distance, his range, and then the second he closes distance, he has you hurt, you're done. He demolished Jamie Mullarkey, and Jamie Mullarkey is a gritty guy. He's going to bite down on the mouthpiece. He's not going to quit. Bro, he fucking dominated Jamie Mullarkey. And I think it was the second round, got to finish. I'm going in this fight, Mauricio Ruffy, second round KO. to start off the main card in an extremely brutal fashion. This guy has scissor sweeps. This guy has all world entertainment factor. He's just missing the English. He has the bravado, the confidence, the way he talks, the way he walks. Pause. Sound like I'm glazing this nigga. But no, I'm going with Mauricio Ruffy by brutal KO. That straight left that he loves to throw. Straight left, gets him, drops James on top, and he gets the TKO to start off the main card, and that is that. We on. We have an absolute snoozer, and I hate that the UFC does this where they put WMMA, especially a pitter-pat WMMA fight, in the main card just to make it look like they give a fuck. They don't give a fuck. I hate bullshit like this. They are plaguing the main card. But if I had to pick one between Araujo and Silva, I hate both of them with a passion. But it's clear as day that Silva is the better fighter. I'm going with Silva by decision in an absolute snoozer. It is what it is. But Mauricio Ruffy is going to make this a banger main card. Start it off, and then we take our piss break, and then come back for the next fight. Moving on. We have Bo Nickel versus Paul Craig. I'm going with, I'm still, this is a buzzer beater pick. I'm going with Paul Craig. Now, this is the most 50-50 fight I've ever seen in the history of the company. You know how people are saying Max Holloway versus Ilya's 50-50, Volk versus Max Holloway, the second fight, 50-50, all those type of fights. This is the most 50-50 fight ever. Now, why? It's clear as day one is better than the other. Bo Nickel's supposed to run through him. I think, in my humble opinion, Bo Nickel is going to play the striking game for a little bit. He's going to stand with Paul Craig, trying to knock him out. Paul Craig knows this is his best chance to win. So Paul Craig, who has an extremely underrated body kick, and extremely underrated kicks in general. Not a good calf kick, but a body kick, a head kick, a front kick. He has great kicks in his general that he's added over these past couple fights. He's going to bring that out. It's going to extremely frustrate Bo Nickel, to the point where Bo Nickel's going to have to take him down. Now, here is where shit gets weird. Paul Craig, in my opinion, has one of the best guards in the entire MMA, and that's including the Gilbert Burns of the world, the Charles Oliveras of the world, the Brian Ortegas of the world. That's including everybody in the UFC. Paul Craig has one of the best guards in the entire company. Now, when you're a guy like Bo Nickel that's extremely new to the sport of MMA and new to the sport of jiu-jitsu, what you're going to do is you're going to get caught in weird positions. Now, those positions are trying to posture up. Like, obviously, Paul Craig is so sneaky with his setups to triangle, setups to arm bars, setups to a knee bar, try to take your leg with him. He even has good knee bars is what I'm talking about. He has all around great submissions. So what you're going to do is you're going to sit in his guard and do nothing. You're not going to arm triangle Paul Craig. You're not going to submit Paul Craig with your jiu-jitsu. Your wrestling is good, but it's going to be really tough. Even if the only way you could submit him if you take his back and rear naked choke. But I don't think he'll let you do that. He'll play the safe game. He'll play in his guard. Bo Nickel will try to posture up. He's going to try to posture up. He's going to try to ground and pound, and he's going to get caught in a submission. The same way Ankalaev got caught. The same way Jamal Hill got caught with his arm and then got finished with those elbows. The same way I'm having brain farts right now. So many different people get caught. They leave their arm out for half a second and it gets caught. They posture the wrong way and he gets a triangle. Paul Craig is going to find that submission and it's going to be insane. Bo Nickel hype is going to go down a little bit, but yeah, his best chance to win is to knock out Paul Craig. If not, he's going to get submitted. My pick is Paul Craig by submission. Moving on. we have Charles Oliveira. Hey, Charles Oliveira versus Michael Chandler. Now, this is the easiest pick of the day for me. It's Charles Oliveira. Charles Oliveira is going to submit Michael Chandler. Now, Michael Chandler versus anybody, he is extremely dangerous in the first round. Had Dustin Poirier in kind of a little bit of trouble in the first 2-3 minutes of the fight. He had Gaethje in some trouble. He had Charles in trouble in his fight. He knocked out Dan. Finished Tony Ferguson. He has everybody in trouble in the first. I think Charles plays the safe game. He's not going to fucking try to knock him out in the first. He's going to get him a little tired. Even if he gets taken down, he's going to play safely in his guard. He's not going to open up to nothing. He's going to play it safe. Second round comes, and I see Charles Oliveira getting the finish. Chandler has the IQ of a fucking rock. Like a rock. This guy is stupid as they come. The guy jumped the guillotine on Charles Oliveira. You jump, like, I don't get it. That first round, it was a little bit. He jumped guillotine on Charles, right? Then he let go. Why? Why did you let go of the guillotine? You had it. Why? Like, this guy's so stupid sometimes. His answer was, I didn't want to gas my arms out. He didn't even try. Gassing your arms out would be holding it for 40 seconds. Now your arms are dead. Now you're finished. You don't have no snappy punches. That's not you to begin with. You didn't even try. You had it for like a couple seconds. Then you let it go. Then you got body triangle and slammed him on his back. He didn't have his body triangle in, so you were able to reverse position. But I don't know what it is about Michael Chandler. He's just stupid when it comes to IQ. I can see Charles knocking him out. I can see Charles submitting him so many different ways. I see Charles taking his back and securing a body triangle and getting the rear naked choke to get himself a title shot. And that is that. Charles Oliveira by submission. Moving on to the main event of the evening. Jon Jones versus Stipe Miocic, and I'm going with, as I've been advised not to go with, but I'm going with Stipe Miocic. Now, that sounds like an absolute disgraceful pick and not having integrity of picking in this sport, but I'm going to explain why. Does Stipe deserve the shot? Fuck no. Like, let's just get that out the way. Stipe does not deserve the shot. He got the shot. Jon called for it. It is what it is. It's happening. Jon Jones, if you rewatch that Ciryl Gane fight for the absolute seconds that it was on, showed us that his striking has gone down like... What the fuck was that? His striking has gone down extremely down, bro. Like, it's become bad. Like, he hasn't striked with anyone since fucking 5 years ago. He tried to strike. Literally, he had like one strike thrown versus Ciryl Gane, took him down and finished him. Stipe is not quitting that easily. Stipe is not going to be sitting against the cage and not fucking fighting off submissions. Stipe is a dog. Stipe finished DC. He beat DC twice, finished them. Now that I'm thinking about it, I'm going on a limb. Stipe Miocic finishes Jon Jones. Jon Jones hasn't been hit by a heavyweight. Now, that might go against a lot of people. Dominic Reyes hit him, and Dominic Reyes hurt him. Like, how many people are we going to see hurt Jon Jones, not knock him down, even though he did get knocked down by a body shot from Dominic Reyes? But how many times are we going to see Jon Jones get clipped, him shrug it off? Like, that chin is not going to be there forever. You have never been hit by a heavyweight, and Stipe hits fucking hard. He has a good body shot. He's not going to quit. You take him down, he's going to fight like hell. And this is heavyweight. Your cardio isn't there like it used to be. You had 5-round cardio. You were really good. You're coming in a little tubby, bro. Like, we don't see Jon Jones with the abs coming in. You're tubby. We haven't seen you even go into a second round on heavyweight. I think Stipe, with all of his experience, he's not fighting Francis. He's not fighting a guy to where he knows the guy has power and all that. You don't have power at all. You're not knocking nobody. What was your last knockdown? Fucking Lyoto Machida on some like fluke shit. You're not knocking down Stipe. You're not knocking him out. You can do all your little dirty tricks. I promise you, mark my words, he is going to try to finger poke. He's gonna try to eye poke Stipe Miocic, and we're gonna get a stop in the fight like twice. He's a cheater. He's a dirty cheater. He's gonna do that oblique kick. It is what it is. I promise you, he's going to eye poke Stipe more than once. But I'm going with Stipe Miocic. I think Stipe has the 5 rounds. I think he has the experience at heavyweight. He has the power. He doesn't have the grappling, but he has good anti-grappling. He fishes for underhooks quickly. Hold him up against the cage. He's reversing position. I see Stipe lasting. I could see Stipe decision, but I think we go into the 4th and he catches Jones and he finishes Jon Jones. Stipe Miocic will finish Jon Jones, and it will be one of the biggest, craziest outcomes in the history of the company. It gets rid of Jon Jones versus Aspinall, Jon Jones versus Alex Pereira. All that is down the drain. Stipe Miocic will knock him out. Stipe will get on the mic and retire, and the UFC is going to do Jon Jones versus Tom Aspinall for the belt next. Mark my words. And that is that. Like, share, subscribe. Tell a friend that the MMA gang is in, and that is that.